Hey, what's up? I'm vlogging. Actually, I've wanted to do this for a long time, but I just didn't. I guess now's the time. So I'll share in this first vlog something that I don't think I've ever really shared before, which is, so I had a very spiritual experience a number of years ago. And that experience really awakened a part of me that knew that I was part of just a spiritual world, or there's a spiritual aspect of life. And it was very transcending of the body. Everything was so vibrant. And this happened after seeing a shaman, and I was really, trying to make some changes in my life. And so this spiritual experience happened and really sent both myself and my wife Sarah on a different path. We were already walking the spiritual path, reading books, curious, going to Reiki stuff, going to Buddhist meditations. Like, we were already there, but this definitely was an experience. And it's so much different than just reading a book, as opposed to having an experience where you experience yourself not as a body and as a spirit, as a soul. It's blissful. And so, but I'm like, I feel like God gave me a glimpse, like a tiny glimpse of possibly what can be achieved in the human body as far as state of being and knowledge. But he's like, it's just a glimpse to give you a taste, but now you got to go work for it. Because what happened for me anyways, is that after that, I kind of lived like that for a while, but then slowly, the world just got back to me, and then I'd smoke more dope, and then I would, some of the old habits and conditioning start creeping back, and boom, next thing you know, I'm just smoking again or whatever, right? So this pattern has gone on for a while, and so the thing is that ever since that moment, I've slowly gotten better and better. My life is actually just improved tremendously, and I feel so much better about life and who I am, and I've changed so much. I kind of approach God like a friend. So there actually, in the Vedic knowledge, it talks about that you can approach God has different types of rasas or relationships, right? So he's got a relationship with you where maybe you're just in absolute awe of God. You're just like, oh, that's kind of how I was of life after that experience. It was just like, wow, everything's alive. So this is a type of relationship you can have, like a motherly or fatherly relationship, where you can actually take care of God. He can become like that for you. You can have a relationship like a lover, right? Like such an intimacy there, where there's selfless love. That's the topmost, like Jesus Christ, Srila Prabhupada, just Shiva, you're talking about just absolute devotion beyond, what a regular person could understand. And then I feel like I have more of a friendship type relationship. He's kind of all right, you cool, but you still material, but you love me, but you still, you can still see yourself driving that car, right? So it's like that, right? So in that sense, I feel like, I hope he laughs. I feel like him in my heart laughing at me, like a friend would, kind of like a boy would be like, you're an idiot. I like you, but you're an idiot. But I get you have a certain amount of intelligence I can work with. And so that's kind of where I'm at. And so my relationship with God is very much like a friend. And so, because of that, I kind of approach him like a friend, right? And so not totally pure, like a pure devotee would approach would approach God in such a way where they wouldn't ask God for anything. I'm more all right, bro, all right. I'm gonna do something for you, and here's what I'm looking for. And so that's why he looks at me, I feel and he goes, I like you, but you're an idiot, right? You have this, there's the story of Dhruva Maharaj, and Dhruva Maharaj, I relate a lot to his story in the sense of he's I get the intelligent thing to do is to just let it go and just surrender completely. But it's like, but I like child was like, but I still want to do it. Like, let me at least do it one more time, right? So that's kind of it. And so this is years ago. I said to God, I made a deal. I said, look, if I use my life as an example of spiritual growth, you'll, fulfill the rest. And I know God said deal, like, because any friend would say deal. Like, what do you do with a good friend? They propose something and you say yes. Why? Because it's not what they propose. It's just that you have love for them. And so God has that kind of love for me, and he has that kind of love for everybody but depending on how you approach God and depending on how your relationship with God, then he will show up for you in the way that makes sense for you. So anyways, I made this deal with God, and the deal was that I need to use my life as an example of spiritual development. And in that way, all my, whatever I desire would become fulfilled. And so I haven't really done that. Like, I think I made the deal. He said, cool. Then I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Well, because I was really scared. I had to go through so much growth and actually have a relationship with God, because I realized that experience, it gave me a taste, but it didn't give me a relationship. And that's what a lot of, people run into in sort of more newer age type philosophies, which I explored a lot into, is that they're only playing in what's called the Brahmajyoti, the light, right? Where it's impersonal, very impersonal. And so while you can achieve happiness in the impersonal light, and you can have sense control and maybe some prosperity and some mystic power, whatever it is that you desire, God's in your heart. Your desire and God's desire, is like, he knows your desire because he sits with you in your heart. But the challenge is that when we play in the Brahmajyoti and we play in the impersonal feature, then there's no relationship that's built. So it doesn't satisfy the soul. And that's, I think, for me, what I've learned and have to eventually come to accept was that if I play in the impersonal world and this kind of like void light and don't connect with the personality behind it, then this relationship isn't born. And so, and anyways, point being is that I made this deal, and I've come to discover that God is a personal feature. That there's personality. There's a person there. So it's to know that person and then strive to serve that person. And that person sits within you, within your heart. It's within me. It's within my heart. And the Paramatma, or the super soul feature, is the one who connects us. It's why you're watching this video. Somehow or the other, the soul in my heart, this God within my heart, is talking to God within your heart. And that's how we come to clash with each other. I say clash, come to meet each other and have some relationship. So ultimately, I have had to go through a lot of personal growth, development, spiritual development, training. I took to the path of bhakti yoga as a worshiper of Lord Krishna. And I'm so happy I did. And I'm so happy I made that deal. And this is me vlogging about it, so I'm holding up my end. You can check out my website, all that kind of stuff below, and connect with me more, ask questions. I love to hear about your journey, and yeah, let's do it together. I'll see you on the next vlog.